Hey everybody, Andy Miller here. Today we're going to look at number 7. And what I have for today is actually a tie. I really couldn't decide between these two, and they both take place at the same park anyway, so I decided to leave the number 7 spot to Horizons and the World of Motion, both extinct attractions at Epcot Center. I'd like to talk about Horizons first because that was actually one of my favorite rides as a kid. I remember riding it so often and so much. I'd always say I'd rather ride that than Honey, I Shrunk the Audience or any of those other ones. Anyway, it was another Omnimover ride. Epcot was full of Omnimover rides back in the early 90s, early 80s also when it was open. But it had a nice charm to it. It was looking at the future, or the possibilities of the future. It started out with an animatronic of Jules Verne inside this little capsule, and it had like a robot dog and a chicken, I think. And it was talking about how he had possibilities of the future, how there were endless possibilities. And it would show you like various things, like people on a spaceport, or people in these ocean villages, like cities, pretty much, and people even in space. And at the end, you would get to choose your own ending. You can choose to live on Earth, in the ocean, or in space. And this was the first time you can actually choose the ending that you wanted for the ride. I mean, it was projected on screen, so you can be shown. And after it closed in 1999, there were a lot of tributes to the ride. On Mission Space, the big giant wheel thing, they have the logo of Horizons in the center of this big wheel there, which is kind of a nice tribute. And also, when they updated Spaceship Earth, they actually incorporated that ending into the ride, where you use a computer on your little Omnimover to decide what kind of future you want. If it's in space, in the sea, various. Now, the World of Motion. This was, I believe it closed in 1998. I'm not really sure. I might be wrong on that. But this was the attraction that was replaced by Test Track in the very late 90s. And it was another Omnimover ride. Pretty boring, actually. But it had an interesting look to it. It was a very reflective building outside. And it had this portico, which made a big U-turn going up this, it looked like a staircase. And what I really liked about it was it had a nice sense of humor to it. Like, at first it talks about the invention of the wheel. You see these people from, like, Babylonia, Mesopotamia, I'm not sure, and they got, like, triangle wheels, square wheels, and somebody coming in with a circular wheel. Hey. And even, like, with Da Vinci and Mona Lisa, and, like, they talk about other modes of transportation, like balloons, the train, and they even show people like getting robbed on the train. It had a nice sense of humor to it. And I think this attraction highlighted that, Epcot was, not really an exciting, park at the time. A lot of people said it was boring, too educational, hence they wanted more thrill rides like Test Track. Me, I kind of admire these attractions. They had a nice elegance to them, that they respected the audience. Like, they wanted the people riding them to learn something, and have a good time along the way. What do you guys think? Do you know about Horizons or the World of Motion? Have you ever ridden it? Do you think it's better with the attractions they have now, Mission Space or Test Track? Leave it down in the comments below, and we'll get back to number 6 on the list. You don't want to miss it for tomorrow.